I've been using Starlink, which is right there, since the day I could get it here on the farm. But since the fires, I don't have a backup. All the other backups that I have, we've lost. So in this video, we're gonna fix that with the new Unifi 5G backup. Now the Starlink dish is here at the house, but the 5G backup relies on, well, mobile connection, obviously. So we're gonna have to go somewhere else that's much higher on the farm where there might actually be mobile coverage. So yeah, let's change location and I'll show you what the plan is. Now before we get into the 5G backup, a little bit of a disclaimer. This is currently sold in the US at the time of filming. It is not sold in Australia. So I'm using this in Australia with a Telstra SIM, and I'm not sure about the outcome, right? So take that with a grain of salt, but it is definitely tested and working in the US. But if it doesn't work for me, don't take it out on Unifi. It's me being an idiot and using it where it's not supposed to. Well, not yet, right? The second thing is, this is not outdoor rated. I'm going to put it up outdoors because that's where I have coverage, but it isn't outdoor rated. So I'm not intending to destroy it, that's not the point. My point is to try and get it to work. And now it will survive outside for a few days, I'm sure. It looks pretty sturdy, I think, from what I've seen. But yeah, just bear that in mind, it is not outdoor rated and I'm in Australia. So if you're in the US, you might have much better results than whatever it is that's gonna happen in this video. Right, so yeah, bear that in mind as we go through this. It's the pump shed. Yeah, we're here, and since last time you saw a video of the pump shed, maybe you've noticed that we now have a door. Anyway, birds kept flying in there, so that's why there's a beautiful top door. Farm style. We're at the pump shed because it is the highest point of the property where there is network connection. And, of course, we now have fiber connection to the pump shed. As you all know, that is a must. If you have a farm, you must have fiber connection to your pump shed. Yes. But in this case, there's a switch in there. It provides PoE. That's what we need for the 5G backup. So the plan is to mount it on not just the post that's there where you see the U7 Pro outdoor and there's the camera on there with some bird crapped on, but that's a different matter. I'm going to add another board, or behind it to make the post a bit higher, so we get more elevation, so there's more chance of getting a signal for the 5G backup running on 4G, but we'll get to all that. So yeah, that's why we're here at the pump shed. But I think first, let's get the 5G backup out of the box. I forgot to bring, it's over there. And we'll see what's actually in the box, not much. But yeah, just so we know what we're dealing with, and then we'll put it up there. So here's the tiny box. It's not very big, but of course, a new box from Unifi means, you know what I know. You ready? Hey! Oh, I'm almost got it right. Anyway, this is the tiny device. It's a lot smaller than I was thinking. I mean, I looked it up and it came in a small box, but yeah, it's not very big, which is nice. Just a little itty bitty thing. Let's just take this stuff off here. So, and that's the display, obviously. At the bottom, we have the PoE in. The SIM card slot is there. Reset button, and that's it. We just mount it on the back there, and that should be it. So we have a SIM card taker outer is there, very official tool. And what else we got in here? Open up. There's the mount for it. So this is a desk mount, so you can also just have it on your desk. So I think you just sort of mount it like that. Oh, it's magnetic. Hey, hallelujah! I've recently learned about magnets. Yeah. Anyway, it's magnetic. That's quite nice. Ooh, play with that all day. So that's a desk mount. We're not going to use that, at least not now. And here is the wall mount. So we're going to put, I don't know what that is. That looks like double-sided tape. Okay. We're going to screw this to the pole up there. So this, and it's magnetic, isn't it? I didn't realize this. This is brilliant. Ready? Yee! All right, so we're just going to put that on the wall, and this will just sit with magnet, and that'll be perfect. I think that's it. There's some screws to obviously put it onto that board. New board, I'll show you that. Screws and a spirit level. And I think that's it. There's a bit of literature here about warranty information usually. What else? Anything? Nope. I don't know about you, but I always admire the engineer that comes up with this packaging. It's so delicious. Anyway, all right, let's put it up on the pump shed. All right, so here's the plan. That's kind of high up, but probably not high enough because elevation here, there's hills all around. To get some of that mobile signal into the 5G backup, we've probably got to go a bit higher. So here's the plan. Board, attach that here at the end, like that. I think that makes sense, you can see it, like that. And then hoist board up, like about there, roughly. You with me? And then affix that there to the pump shed, and we'll have more elevation further up. Yes, yes. And the keen-eyed viewer, which you all are of course, will notice that that is a high point with an electrical device. Yes, I'm not going to put a surge protector on today right here, but it is coming because yeah, it's kind of a exposed point. But I think that's going to give us the best chance of getting a decent signal, at least so we can send a text message or something with the backup. I'm not expecting the world, but that's the plan. So put it up there with this, obviously with a Cat 6 cable in it, and we'll plug it into the switch and we'll see what we get. Yeah. Okay, farm install complete. Look at the big pole thing. Anyway, I spared you the actual install because it's just some big screws into an old shed, pretty much. But I did remember to put it up there before we put the post up. So I've got just a 5-meter standard cable. I would love to know if you can put that in the comments. I have that braided ether lighting cable, which is really nice. And it feels like it should be more UV rated, outdoor rated than the regular cables that are plasticky sort of thing. But probably not, but let me know if they are or not. That's all I've got for now. So that's what's going in. It'll work for this. At least I know it's another indoor-ish cable. Anyway, I'll put a SIM card in it. I'm using, if you're in Australia, Boost Mobile, which is on the Telstra network. I think they're owned by Telstra actually, because that seemed to be the best option right here for what I could do in terms of research. We'll get to specs in just a second and I'll explain sort of why a bit more in detail. But I think we should plug it in and see what happens. So I'll show you where I'm plugging in. Hang on. So in here, in the pump shed, look at the door, it's up there. We have my trusty switch flex, which is here. And I've done many videos on this. Robert used to live in here, he was a big huntsman. I don't know where he moved to, but I have one port left, which is, hooray, lucky. So I have here is the cable there that we're going to plug in and we'll hopefully get some power to the 5G backup. So filming and doing things, it's like walking and chewing gum. I'm not good at that either. Come on. There we go. And come on, click in. There we go, click, sorry. Got lights in there. So now, if I go out here, I don't know if I can actually see it. It should fire up there. Hopefully. Is something happening? I can see it. Hopefully you can see it as well. So that is now firing up and yeah, hooray. Let's see if we can adopt it into Unifi network. All right, let's get the U5? Yeah, U5 backup, that's what it's called, 5G backup. Anyway, let's get the 5G backup adopted into the network. And of course, I've got Unifi network open and it's already found it, you know. New device found, it's as easy as that. So I'm gonna just press adopt and it's adopting. And there shouldn't really be much else to do. So let's see, it says no SIM for SIM 1, but let's just see. Just give it a sec and I'll be right back. All right, SIM card's in. It's been updated, it's done all the things. As you can see on the screen, it says searching. So it has recognized it's on the Telstra network, or looking for Telstra, but it is searching, which means there isn't a connection right this very moment. Now, this area, this valley is so marginal that it might just be that we need to wait till tomorrow or something. That does happen, but still I wanted to have this backup, which we are going to move to somewhere higher eventually. I've got a plan for that. But for now, let's just have a look at what we get because it's adopted, it's ready. So we have a SIM or we have an eSIM. So you can also use an eSIM. You cannot use both at the same time. That's why it says disable on the eSIM. But if you had an eSIM, you can just use that as well. So I might do that later. I might try that. We'll see. There's an IMEI number, which is obviously the ID of the phone module. Then there's an eSIM EID, which is a similar thing. And then there's the IP address, MAC address, uptime, 6 minutes since I restarted it. And you can see here status is active and the carrier is Telstra. So pretty simple. I didn't have to do anything other than update it. And it's just here, and it should just work. It's on the network. Now, a bit later in the video, I'm gonna see if I get a connection with it. We're gonna do a failover and see if it does that, like disconnect Starlink and see what happens. But for now, it's adopted. History, yes, it's been updated. That's about it. And the settings is sort of the same as the overview. There's not a lot of difference here. But yeah, we can give it a name, device tag. So very simple device. That's the whole point of it. Plug it in, update it, you have a 5G, 4G backup on your network. That's literally what it does. So let's talk about the specs, because there's a couple of interesting things and something that you might want to be aware of when it comes to the 5G module in this device. And next is an exercise in OH&S. No, not really, but I'm on top of the pump shed. I just want to go through the specs for this. There's not many, but there's a couple of things that are really worth noting. So this is Unifi 5G backup. It is $99 US, and you can buy it right now. So that's not the interesting bit. It's a cheap device, and there's a reason that's relatively cheap. So it says compact PoE powered 5G red cap. Red cap is important, so pay attention. Antenna system with versatile mounting that plugs into any Unifi PoE port to provide automatic internet backup. Very nice. Well, easy to install, definitely. Magnets, big plus, I like it. But let's just have a look at the technical side of things here. So the dimensions, 200 by 38 by 20. It's relatively small, easy to fit anywhere. The network interface is an RJ45 PoE. You saw that, just click in, that's easy. You can use a nano SIM or an eSIM. And it has a desktop stand, wall, and window mount. So we know that, you've seen all that. Now the interesting thing here is that when you look at the hardware, we have 5G NR, so we have all of these different frequency bands for 5G. I don't actually have 5G here, so it's less relevant for me, but it says 5G red cap. And it sounds really fancy, like Red Hat or Red Sox, but red cap means reduced capability. So it is a sort of a lightweight version of 5G. It's designed for sort of IoT devices that don't need a huge amount of throughput, bandwidth, that sort of thing. So this is not the full flavor 5G experience that you might expect for some of the larger Unifi devices like 5G Max, which I had one of, but it died in the fire, unfortunately. So I never got to test it. So red cap, that's important. I don't think it'll matter too much. You still get about 200 megabit throughput or something. What does it say here? 220 on the 5G, 220 down and 120 up. Very decent still as a backup. I'm never gonna get that here anyway, so I'm not too worried about it, but it is worth noting. Now, the 4G frequency bands, there's a lot, as you can see, B2, B4, B5, etc. In Australia, we have quirks. So there's a band here called B28, which is Telstra and Optus, their 700 megahertz 4G bands, which is a repurposed CDMA band, I think, from memory. It does not support that. So if you're in Australia and you want to use the 700 megahertz on Optus or Telstra, it does not support that. I have the 850 megahertz band here, which is the B26. And it gets all a bit technical, a bit complicated. I think the moral of the story is check which bands you can use where you are, because it does not support all of them. It supports many 5G, many 4G, but not all of them. So that was the main point I wanted to make. It's red cap, and it doesn't have all of the 4G and 5G bands on the antenna that it supports. Other than that, not much. It's a simple device. That's the specs. Telstra SIM card is in, and we have connection. Just. This is about as poor a connection as you can get, but it is there. So it is working. I am getting a Telstra connection. I'm getting a 4G connection, not 5G, as you can see on the screen. Can you actually? Can you? Oh yeah, there we go. Network type LTE. You can. So it is on the Telstra 4G network, which is fine if you had a proper signal. So it does work. We have backup. It actually went on the on the Unifi network with no problems. It just sort of goes, yep, there's a backup there. And if I go into the settings for the UDMSE, so I go in under internet, you can see here that I have Internet 1, which is Starlink, and I have Unifi 5G A, not sure what the A is for, on now WAN 3. I don't have 3 WANs until now. So it just creates its own WAN, its own wide area network address, and it has an IP on 192.0.0.2. Actually, I'm not sure if that's a local IP. Anyway, explain to me in the comments what that is, what does that mean? But you can see now under WAN ports, I have 2. I have a gigabit because that's what the switch is, and I have my Starlink, which is on 10 gig. Not that Starlink is 10 gig, but the port is. Very good. Next, let's try and disconnect Starlink and see if it falls over to Unifi 5G A. Here's the big moment. I am going to unplug Starlink, and I have not done this before. You are coming along for the ride for the first time. But here on the dashboard, in the app, in the network app, you can see that I have my Starlink, which is, doing well. It's healthy, it's green. And then if I, slide over, the second one, here's my Telstra internet, which is all red because it was disconnected for a bit, I think. It's going yellow at the end, so maybe that's because it's better. In any case, let's see what happens. So yeah, I'm not sure where to look on the app, but I'm going to disconnect Starlink and we'll have a look. So yeah, bear with me. I'm literally just unplugging it, like the power. There we go. Poof, it's gone. And let's see what happens. This is gone there. Let's see. Let's try to figure it out, I think. Oh, yeah. Oh, it's died. And there we go. There's connection. I reckon this was instant. Now, correct me again in the comments if I'm wrong, but I think there's usually a bit of a delay on the Unifi network app, just a little bit. And I reckon this was instant, that it dropped into that. Wait, that is amazing. I actually have a mobile backup connection now. Even though it's outside, where it's not supposed to be. But yeah, it works. It works. That's cool. Look at that. And it is actually doing a thing. Not very fast, but it is doing a thing. Okay, let's have a look at what does our internet now say up here. Yeah, you see WAN 1, that's hard to say. WAN 1 is now disconnected. There is no Starlink, so we only have WAN 3. Very good. And if you go to that, no, that doesn't say it gives us anything. Very good. And if I go back to the dashboard, yep. WAN 1 is dead. Telstra is going. Wow, I'm really happy with that. If you're as excited as I am, maybe now is a good time to hit subscribe. I know. What do you reckon? That's pretty cool. Huh, it works. All right, I better plug Starlink back in before someone starts yelling, why is it so slow? So that's the Unifi 5G backup. Really neat, very simple device that you shouldn't use outdoors, but I did here on the farm, just to kind of get a signal and get a sense for how it works. It is meant for indoors. It is meant to put inside your office or your server rack or wherever you can get a 5G connection as a failover for your normal network. But it worked. I mean, yes, granted, I didn't have a great connection with Telstra, but that's just life in rural Australia most of the time. So yeah, let me know what you think. Is there anything that I missed? Anything you would like to see? Like the failover worked instantly, pretty much. Really, really useful that you don't have to worry about it. If something goes down, it just sort of falls over. Falls over? Fails over? Falls? It's just there's an automatic failover. That. As always, if you enjoyed the video, do consider subscribing down below, because that does help out the channel a lot, and I get to do a lot more of these videos, which I hope that you enjoy. Leave a comment if you've got questions, give it a thumbs up, or even maybe become a member of the channel, because that is another way that you can help out and get more content. Some behind the scenes, some prioritized replies to your comments, emails, etc. that you might find useful as well. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.